Okay, y'all, so listen. This morning I was traveling from home to work. And normally in the mornings I turn on my praise and worship. I have my praise and worship playlist that I listen to, right? But this morning, God said, don't listen to anything. He said, just ride in silence. And so I did. And I was like, okay, so I don't know what this is for, but I'm trying to be obedient. So that's what I did. I rode in silence. So as I got off of the interstate and turned onto another highway, I noticed there were like 4 cars in front of me. And all at once, all 4 cars moved from the left lane to the right lane. All at once, like together. And I said, okay, God, you clearing my path. You clearing the way. So as I traveled, I still stayed in silence. So as I traveled, I noticed that I ran up on a diesel truck. And you know, when you run up on diesels, they tend to slow you down, right? But I was able to get around the diesel. So I was able to get into the next lane and pass the diesel, and I kept going. And my path was still clear, right? And so then I thought, you know, what is God, you're clearing my path to go to work. But no, that's not what that meant. God is clearing my path in the spiritual realm for what's to come in the physical. Sometimes we ask God to do things for us, but we expect to hear from Him in the way that we expect it. I mean, you know, like for instance, I always expect to hear from God through my intuition or His voice. But we have to understand that God speaks to us in different ways. And some of those ways could be it could be through other people. It could be the way that I just said it happened. Or it could be through a song. It could be through anything. God talks to us in different ways. And we have to understand that we cannot depend on Him to speak to us in one way. That's not the type of God we serve. He doesn't provide for us in one way. He doesn't give us intuition or give us guidance in one way. He does it the way He wants to do it. However, we have to adjust to how He operates. And that's the problem that some of us have, is that we don't understand that God can deliver what we're asking for in different ways. So we have to get away from that. We have to open our spiritual eyes and understand that God is who He says He is. And when we ask Him and we have faith and believe that He is the provider or the answer to that question or the answer to that thing that we're looking for, we have to open our spiritual eyes and know that He is who He is and He will provide. And we have to be able to catch the answer. You see what I'm saying? It's like this morning, I wasn't even, really focused on that. But when He told me to ride in silence, He knew that if I had been listening to my music, I probably would have been singing and not paying attention to His voice. But He told me to ride in silence so He could give me the answer to my questions in front of me. So I would be attentive to what was going on around me so that I could catch it. So what I'm saying to you is, please don't think that because you haven't heard God the way that you think you need to hear God, that doesn't mean He's not talking to you. So be aware of the things that are going on around you in the spirit, because He will answer your questions. He will deliver what you're asking for if you just pay attention and catch it.